So these last videos I made were really looking at the myth that when you apply for a job in an applicant tracking system, that there's some AI there just like throwing your application in the trash. For the most part, that's not true. Of the 5 ATSs that I took a deep dive into, only one of them even had that feature. And from doing some research, I found that recruiters often don't even have that feature on because they don't really trust it. But there are some interesting kind of trends that I've noticed in the applicant tracking space that I kind of think it might be good for you to know about if you're a job seeker. So my name is Morgan. I'm a creator of a software called All the Jobs, and I'm writing a book called How to Get a Job in 2025. And so I really found that there were 2 really distinct kinds of applicant tracking systems. There were very opinionated ones. These are Telio, Workday, and iCIMS. These are usually, I think all 3 of them are part of bigger pieces of software called ERP, which is, something that like a whole huge organization would have, one piece of software that kind of does all of this stuff. They're bigger, or they're parts of these like really big pieces of software. They're often very complicated to use. Telio has a 750-page user manual on how to set everything up and do everything. It's very complicated, just because all of those things. And those bigger pieces of software, like I said, they're very opinionated. They have scoring systems. They have, the one piece that does have an AI that throws it in the trash. These companies do that. But there are some more modern pieces of software. Greenhouse and Lever were the 2 that I looked at, but I know that there's more. These pieces of software, these applicant tracking systems, are really designed to empower HR teams. A big conversation that has been happening in HR for the last couple of years is really around, being very conscious about your hiring, being very conscious about bias, and really thinking about who you're hiring and why. And HR has really been at the forefront of thinking about that. And these software systems seem to be empowering HR to be able to make those decisions, on the human level. So, for example, Lever and Greenhouse both, the way that it really wants you to look through is to go through, each application, and they have like an anonymizing feature where you can click on it and it'll get rid of the name. And really just make it so that you're really just purely looking at the experience and kind of going there. So I found that there's really these 2 kinds, and they work kind of very, very differently. I'm not sure how actionable that is, but I definitely think it's really interesting.